Hello. It's that time again. It is Unstructured Ramblings. We're not in the best of state this morning.
It's not been the easiest morning.
Afternoon.
It feels like the morning.
Yeah, it does too. Well, you got up at 11:30, didn't you?
Well, no, you
impressive.
called me at 11:30, woke me up, then I went back to sleep until about 1.
You're wrong, because, my original statement was I woke you up at... No, you got up at 11:30.
Yeah, but I didn't
Is that true or false?
It's false. I didn't get up.
What?
I didn't get up until 1.
He gets very ratty when he's hungover, you know.
Yeah,
but you were up at
you're just
11:30.
wrong.
No, I
You're
was
just
up.
wrong.
You called me and I was awake, but I wasn't up.
Oh, for goodness sake. Got a message in from Khaled who says, I just love Nick Jonas. And Khaled, we just love you.
We.
Yeah, we love you almost as much as Nick Jonas. Coming up on the show this week, we have a load of things planned. We are doing Daily Mail headline of the week, National Day of the Year. Got that right again. We also have a couple of funny news stories that have been circling or not circling. They've been pushed aside by the mainstream news stories, and we will also be doing all the sort of rubbish that we normally get up to.
But we're without Connor.
Without Connor, yes. So Connor is not here. He's we haven't got the girlfriend story actually.
No, you can't.
You're the only one
weird,
around,
isn't it?
I listened to the first 5 minutes of last week's show for the first time only the other day.
Oh right, what did you think? Enjoyed it?
It was interesting. It was nice. It's good to know what people think of you when you're not there.
We don't know what Thrift's been up to as a result of Connor's absence.
Oh no, Nigel Thrift. But yeah, so this week I'm obviously joined, as you can hear, by Jonathan Mellor and Jack Abbey with no con hand. So Connor, if you could tell us where you are or what you're doing. I wouldn't be surprised if he messaged in actually like, I'm on some sort of Spanish beach.
Right.
Wouldn't put it past Connor. Right, now, before we get into the main news, my computer still hasn't logged in, so... What have you two found in the news that has been interesting? I know, Jonathan, you've found something on Donald Trump.
I have.
I love China.
Is that the whole soundbite?
They just built a hotel in Syria. Can you believe this?
Right, you can talk now, Johnny.
Are you done?
Gross domestic product.
Yeah, you can speak now.
Trump advisors are worried he may announce his VP pick on Twitter. They have no control over him. They're worried he's just going to spring it on everyone.
He does just just constantly just say a load of rubbish.
But he does it at like 3 a.m. as well. He doesn't like tweet during the day. He's literally sat in bed tweeting angrily at people.
But is this because this is American time and you're
you're
there at 3 a.m?
We understand how time zones.
He doesn't.
I don't.
He's
a lot
stupid.
Of the time. But
I can just imagine Jack at 3 a.m. sitting at the edge of his bed refreshing Donald Trump's Twitter feed.
I think it's American time. I don't know.
They've said this is probably he's going to try and detract from all the Trump University controversy at the moment.
What's all that?
What's this?
The fact that the people who are in charge of Trump University, his institution, he had a university, are being sued for fraud.
Yeah,
because it's not a actual university, but they were calling it university. It was in New York State. You got to like meet him once a year, kind of thing. It was all the best. He said like it's all the best advisors, and then he didn't actually pick any of them himself.
I'm surprised he's not the only lecturer.
Yeah,
like, you can just imagine him being the only lecturer. Like,
so yeah, that's kind of it's going through the court in New York at the moment. So they were kind of speculating he was going to announce his VP just to get a bit more press on that one.
Fair enough. Yeah. That was my phone there. Apologies for the unprofessional show.
Just generally.
Johnny, you also told me that Jill Stein, who is the Green Party candidate for US president, what she said that's quite funny.
She at one point tweeted that she thinks that Hillary would be worse than Donald Trump. And that's you're fair enough to believe that, and she
amazing.
You can have that opinion, but she also tweeted before this that her ideologies are 91% similar with Hillary Clinton.
Because she did one of those things, didn't she? Where,
the political compass.
So she did. Yeah. She got literally. It was like
99% with herself.
Well, yeah.
Slightly less for Sanders. 91 with Hillary, and then in the 40s with Trump.
Yeah. And yet she said that she preferred Trump to be president than Clinton. Absolutely. I can't believe these people are running for president. just scary, isn't it? It's the weirdest group of people. This is like the most important position
in the world.
In the world,
and
yeah.
you have a load of you've got the Democrats who've nominated Hillary Clinton, who's the most normal out of all of them, but is
She's still a little bit on the dodgy side.
Yeah.
Crooked Hillary, is that what he calls her?
Yeah, Crooked Hillary.
Yeah, but she is.
It doesn't even flow well.
She has
it's not a good nickname.
She literally has no personality. Like it's literally, she is very lucky that Donald Trump has got the nomination.
Yeah. She does what her aides tell her to do.
Yeah, and then the other candidates, you've got Donald Trump. You have this person who's endorsing Trump over blooming Clinton, Jill Stein from the Green Party.
Even though she's a social democrat.
And Sarah Palin will probably be the vice presidency.
Yeah, and you've got Gary Johnson for the Libertarian Party at their convention. The guy who's running for national chair stripped because he was convinced that the government, they want to cut the government. They were like, the clothes are like a forced thing, like a forced socialization. And then they also, it was just hilarious because they were like, the guy who's running, Gary Johnson, who actually got the nomination, said, he's like, I got a couple of things to say. He's like, firstly, I believe in driving licenses, and everyone went boo. And another one, he was like, I would have voted for the Civil Rights Act, and all the people at the Libertarian Party convention genuinely went boo. It's just unbelievable.
I'm just imagining there's just one person at the convention just listening to this boo.
It was hilarious though as well because it was in a hotel. It's just the most
This is a Holiday
thing.
Inn somewhere.
It's just bizarre. It's honestly bizarre.
In terms of crazy conference stories, did you see the Republican conference in 2012 where Clint Eastwood had a conversation with a chair? That was good. Because Clint Eastwood
with a chair or with the chair?
With a chair.
Oh right.
He brought us.
That's perfectly normal. Chair. What you do if you're on a panel.
He was.
Wait, is he a libertarian, Clint Eastwood?
I think so. Yeah, but he's pro-gun controls though, so not really a libertarian. But he's right wing, and he was giving one of the keynote speeches at the Republican conference.
Oh no!
And he basically brought out like a stool and just told everyone to believe that Barack Obama was sat on the stool. And
did they burn it or something?
No, then he just started like asking the stool questions, but like not really. It just came across as really crazy. As an idea, it sort of kind of worked, and then he managed to make it look absolutely
There's an
mental.
aide somewhere just going, how can we have a go at Obama where he can't say anything back?
Yeah.
Do you understand this whole hatred for Obama?
Not really.
I said like burn it. Like literally,
Thanks,
they all hate
Obama.
him.
Yeah,
it's just really like they
it's the whole like
hate his
hands off our
guts.
Medicare like attitude.
It's like
the
so
government
odd.
needs to get away from our Medicare. It's that attitude.
Because he doesn't seem like a hateable person.
He's so cool though.
Like even if you really offended him, you like swore in his face, he'd probably offer you a cup of tea, wouldn't
yeah, that's
he?
fine.
Or whatever they have in
Don't worry,
America, like Duff beer. Or
all of Henry's cultural knowledge about America
all
is
that
just
in
from
one
The Simpsons.
Just let you know as well, you can get involved in our conversation. I'm tempted not to call it a conversation, but I'll do for the time being. Our conversation, our ramblings today by tweeting us at Raw Ramblings, by messaging us on the Facebook page, clicking the contact tab on the web player, or if email's your thing, email studio@radio.warwick.ac.uk. But now we're going to move on to a couple of stories that we have been hearing in the news, and I'll kick us off, if I may, with it. Oh, that's it for Trump, isn't it? Just to
that's
confirm.
all I have.
I
had
you
nothing.
didn't say
No, I
anything.
didn't say anything. But,
That's me done. Jack Abbey drops the mic, and right. Anyway, tough crowd. The manager of St. Pauli, which is a club in the German Second League. The manager missed the unveiling of the new signing. So basically, it was a big. The suspicion started off because he didn't attend the press conference that he was meant to be having before the new signing. And then this 22-year-old striker they just brought from Borussia Dortmund arrived for this German Second League team, and the manager wasn't there. And so they did a photo shoot without the manager. But instead of admitting that the manager wasn't there, they nabbed a random member of the coaching staff and stuck a mask on him. And it's the most hilarious picture. This is a genuine picture.
Look up the picture.
Like,
I've been laughing for the last minute just remembering the picture.
But this poor bloke who's just signed for the club, like, is genuinely pictured with someone who doesn't want to be there with a mask of someone he isn't there. And the worst thing is he has glasses underneath. So you can see the mask. You can see where the mask ends. Then you can just see the glasses like nabbing out the side.
Were we meant to believe that it was the manager or what?
And then they tweeted out they were like, "Oh, we see a couple of you have noticed that he wasn't there.
You sly people.
You observant people." It was like, "Oh, we're sorry about this. He wasn't there." But it's just hilarious. Like, I'd be interested to know if they tried to convince the player.
This is our manager.
It's him. It's really obvious mask on.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, I get where they were coming from to an extent that, you know,
Really?
no, but like if they were going to take the picture straight on,
Yeah.
and you were really like did it carefully, you could probably take it.
It'd be
if they were
easier
that,
to Photoshop.
if they were that
it,
desperate.
yeah.
But like the fact that they took the photo from the side and you could see his like different skin tone and his glasses.
The paper was like shiny as well.
Yeah, exactly. It was
I
just
haven't actually seen the
hilarious.
picture properly. Is it like one of those masks that you wear to go to like a party or something?
Yeah,
like a flat
like the Ed
cardboard mask?
Miliband masks. It was just hilarious, utterly bizarre.
That's
now,
amazing.
Jack, have you
Yeah.
found anything
Well,
in the
this
news
one-
that you
this-
felt should be reported?
Well, this one has been reported quite a lot, but it's so bizarre that I think it needs. Have you seen the battle on the River Thames that's been happening this morning?
No.
No.
Basically, Bob Geldof
And Nigel Farage.
and Nigel
I did see the
Farage
headline.
have been like leading a fishing flotilla up the Thames as like a pro-Brexit thing. So in the middle of London, they're just sort of in a load of fishing boats, like going up the Thames. And then for some reason, like the Remain camp have started like interfering with it. So they send their own boats to like block off Bob Geldof's and Nigel Farage's boats. So it's just been like this strange.
Wait, so
like,
what's Bob Geldof then? He's in.
Oh no, I think Bob Geldof is out because he's with Nigel Farage. So
Who are you? I'd never heard of you. Nobody in Europe had ever heard of you.
It's so bizarre. So why have they done
they're
this?
just having like a little like it's not a battle. Nobody shot anyone, but like they're just sort of like having a little bit of a duel on the Thames. It's good. It's been interesting to watch.
Just to give a shout out there, I just remembered that Coombe Monthly, which is my good old friend James Charles, is the editor-in-chief of. Nigel Farage was in Kingston yesterday, where I live, and they managed to get a quick interview with him over coffee in some posh Italian restaurant in Kingston. Quite ironic, really, with some nice European coffee. But yeah, that interview will be up soon. It is up now already, actually, on their website. If you go onto Coombe Monthly, you can read it there. Quite gutted I wasn't there, actually. It would have been nice for a bit of... My name's Nigel Farage, and you're listening to Raw.
Terrible
But you do it
impression.
then.
No, I can't do one.
Well, then
I never claimed to be able to do one.
You're one of these people.
I never claimed
you're
to be able
so
to do
quick
one.
to criticise
Yeah,
people.
yes, I am.
You're so quick.
Yes, I am.
And then when, that's rubbish. Oh, I'm Jack Abbey. Oh,
Yeah.
and yet you never try to think yourself.
Precisely.
You're the sort of person.
If you don't try, you can't fail.
Shut up. You're the sort of person who like goes to a film and sees a pretty good film and just goes, oh yeah, the acting from the main guy was rubbish. Oh yeah. It's like, oh Jack, it's like, yeah, but he's better than you. Be like, oh, you're the sort of person who goes, oh yeah, I would have played it so much better. Oh.
Yeah, I would have done
No,
probably.
you wouldn't have. You're talking
Have you ever seen me act?
rubbish.
Have you ever seen me act? Did you come to the
Wait,
pantomime?
the question is, do I want to see you act? No way on earth.
I have unfortunately probably insulted Bob Geldof in the last 5 minutes because Bob Geldof is Remain. I was wrong.
Geldof is a bit of a... Nah.
I can't believe you said that.
A man who probably does a lot about for charity, and Henry just you know that's fine. That's
I love
fine.
that. I
We'll
love
carry
that you
on.
think you like insulted him by saying he's a Brexit supporter.
Yeah, probably is for him.
Yeah, what are you trying to say, Jack? Is Jack biased?
Yes! 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 Yes!
On that note, tune into the Raw News shows.
If you want some more biased analysis. No, it also says you've got a good show coming up on Friday, I believe, Jack. What's going on?
I'm interviewing a few people about the EU campaign on campus. I mean, if you're that interested
Thanks
in
for
that,
the invite.
come
That's
along.
fine.
Come along and listen.
It's going to be mad, isn't it?
Well, something like that.
You're always so to be mad, isn't it? Well, you know,
Should be all right.
be all right.
Guess.
Johnny, please just tell me something that isn't anything to do with Jack Abbey.
Okay,
What
I
have you
think
found in the
you
news?
You might be a little bit familiar with this one, but Facebook accidentally declares state of war in the Philippines.
This was hilarious.
And I read up on it, and it was it's to do with their flag.
Yes, it's the colours, isn't it?
They got blue and red on their flag, and if the red's on top, they're at war.
Yeah.
And if the blue's on top, they're at peace. So normally it's blue. But then Facebook decided to celebrate Independence Day, they'd have a nice
Yeah, that was the
little
best bit
banner.
though. It was Philippines
Yeah.
Independence Day, and then everyone was sort of going, "What is going on?"
Yeah, so
Can you imagine waking up and looking at Facebook? Oh, Facebook sent me a nice message. We're in a state of war.
Happy Independence Day. You've got to fight for your right.
Well, I think Facebook were just having a
Yeah,
bit
they didn't really. The Facebook had no clue, and they got a lot.
No,
of comments.
they were just having a bit of banter with them.
Why so serious?
It's just a massive laugh.
They were trying to see how far it would go. I reckon actually, could they actually start a war?
People
using
turn,
Facebook?
people like went outside with like their forks. Like,
God!
It's just Mark Zuckerberg's latest power grab, that one.
yes.
What's that saying? Like
Yes.
Facebook, if it was a country, it would be like the biggest country in the world or something. There's a statistic.
Yeah.
It's one of the
'cause
biggest.
like the number of people on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Did you know he was hacked, Mark Zuckerberg?
Oh yeah, I saw
Because
that. I
he.
don't know what it said.
What's his password?
No, this is the best bit. You know how you get all these big campaigns and it's like, oh, you know, make sure you don't have your same password for your bank and your Twitter and your Facebook and
Yeah.
your Tumblr and your Bebo and everything, whatever they're all called.
It's so down with the
He
kids.
had his same password
Their
for his
WhatsApps.
Facebook, Twitter, and something else. He had the same password for 3 of them. So, like, which is already a bad move.
Yeah.
And his password was da-da-da, D-A-D-A-D-A.
no.
Genuine Mark
So
Zuckerberg,
you literally just
creator
type in with 2
of
fingers.
Facebook,
Wow.
is that was
Can't
his
remember
password.
more than one password at a time. Yeah, great man. What a great man.
It does make you worried, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
This man created a monster. Right, any more stories, Jack?
I got a few things. Britain first. Britain first have.
Britain first?
Yes!
No, definitely not.
That was Freudian slip from Henry there. Britain first have. Well, I'm going to say, are we doing Rambler of the Week this week? Is this something that's going to happen? Because I might save this for that. It
Oh,
depends.
you might. Oh, yeah, save it.
I'm prepared.
I'll
I'm
save that
prepared.
then. I'll save that. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's all
So
I got
no,
then.
you
So then
don't
I said I
have
have a few
news.
things.
Thanks
I
for
have
your,
one thing.
have
thanks for your
news.
helpful contributions,
That's all right.
as ever, Jack.
Yeah. Do you just wish I'd stayed away
Johnny.
like I did last week?
What I do have is Newt Gingrich in the US wants to initiate a new Un-American committee.
Oh, what was this all about?
No.
I think it's instead of communists, I think it's terrorists again.
This
kind
would
of,
be like the
supporting
McCarthy
ISIS.
witch hunts all over.
Exactly. That's
They
the-
met with a bunch
the
of
main
migrants in
grab.
Calais. They said they could all come to Britain.
Literally.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story.
That's a bit random, isn't it?
Newt Gingrich is crazy. He have you seen his video on on YouTube where he's like,
No.
"This is a mobile phone," and he's like, "This is the future." And he's like, "I can touch the screen and things move." And this was only like 3 or 4 years ago. So he
was trying to-
suddenly just realised mobile phones are a thing.
He was trying to advertise for like the new iPhone,
Yeah.
but they just didn't pick him.
He was the Speaker of the US House, wasn't he?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you've seen
scarily.
his Twitter, he makes, pretty.
Bad human decisions.
Like, he's just not all there, if we're
No,
being
not entirely.
brutally honest. Although, be honest, like most American politicians are not all there.
Would you be interested in being her vice president?
Would she be interested in being my vice president?
Oh, burn. Feel the burn. Hashtag communism.
It's funny because Byrne and Bernie Sanders.
Oh, this is
Oh,
what
Jack,
that
I
means.
feel like we should enlighten
Yeah.
you into something.
Oh, no.
That was part of the joke.
Oh, was it? Damn.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
why
get
it's been
it.
going for a while. Right, I have a story on the England match, which is coming up tomorrow, England versus Wales. And Terry Venables, the former England manager, former Barcelona manager, actually, Khaled will no doubt tell me when he messages in, that he has... he's helped to temporarily change the name of a place in Barking and Dagenham ahead of the England-Wales Euro match. So he's
West Ham country, that is.
permission from the council. Blooming West Ham. He's got permission from the council to change this name temporarily because it's obviously, a lot of you may know, there's that really long station name in Wales.
Oh, like Lang
which-
Clack Clock Clock.
Would you like to know how it's spelled?
I want you to try and pronounce it.
Le Lan Fair Pwai Gwai Ren Gregory Christ No Once
Blah, blah, blah.
I sound like you know
Your
Hot
Chinese
Fuzz,
order.
the guy in Hot Fuzz was like yes, I suppose, because that's they got the 3 of them, haven't they? You got the guy who owns the guns, like
Yeah.
suppose, and then the
suppose.
policeman
I suppose.
translates it, I suppose, and it's like,
Thing is,
yes, I suppose.
Coming from Gloucestershire, that
You
that is
understand
a- that is-
fully.
no, that is an accurate representation.
He's from Taunton as well, to be fair.
Yeah,
That's like Hot Fuzz hotbed, isn't it? Like that,
Fuzz country.
It
yeah.
is literally, isn't it? But that has 59 letters in it, that station
Right.
name, with a lot of L's and a lot of G's and everything. But Terry Venables wanted to equal that number of letters, and it just so happened that his preferred England squad, or team rather, starting 11, has the exact same number of letters. So he has named this particular part of Barking and Dagenham for a few days actually. He hasn't got permission from the council for much longer, but it says Hart, Rose, Walker, Smalling, Cahill, Dyer, Ali, Wilshire, Rooney, Vardy, Kane. So
That's not the starting 11 now, though. It's just going to be a bit.
I don't know if Wilshire should be in there.
Bit of a letdown. Oh no, I think he should be. You see, but there we go. I don't think Vardy
I'm
should
Jack
be.
Abbey. I know loads about football.
Well, I watched it once.
But yeah, that's got 59 characters in it as well, and that's what he wants to star for England. So, do we think that's just it's just pointless, isn't it?
It's a bit weird,
but
it's quite fun. It's a bit fun.
His reasons for doing it was because he wanted to motivate the team. Apparently,
Because
they're going to be like,
guys, we've got to do well, you know.
Terry's been on it.
Yeah, let's all do it for Terry now.
Yeah.
Now he's changed a part of West Ham.
Yeah, brilliant.
When we come back after this next song, we will talk about a load of things, including Rambler of the Week, Daily Mail headline, which we still haven't done, and we will hopefully have Stanley Dodd in the studio. But before that, here is Mystery Jets with Bombay Blue.
My name is Sadiq Khan. I'm running through the Mayor of London, and you're listening to Raw.
Right, we're joined with Stanley Dodd in the studio now.
Hi there.
Who is mid-Game Boy. That's how much...
Don't say it on air.
Oh, sorry. No, go on then, Stan. Tell us, what Game Boy are you playing?
What Game Boy?
There weren't different... No,
what game?
It's
You made yourself
Nintendo,
look like
isn't
a
it, Game
fool.
Boy?
Oh, what are you saying now? What are you doing? Oh, you're playing the Nintendo there. What are you, like 50?
I never had a Nintendo DS.
Well, this isn't a Nintendo DS.
I'm well aware. Everyone had a Game Boy.
I can imagine
okay.
you just never playing video games ever. Like, I can just imagine that you have no idea
I
what
wasn't
video
a
game is.
massive... I mean, I used to play FIFA. I was one of those idiots. But only used to do matches. I was not into all these challenges. Like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, Call of Duty. Oh, yeah, kill him in the head. I was like, no, not interested.
You were like, oh...
Let's go and
gonna learn about Lib Dems.
No, let's go to the park.
Really?
Let's go for a walk. Let's go to the park instead of
You were old well before your time.
Let's go to the pub.
Yeah, let's go to the pub. Let's go up to London and see the Queen on her 90th birthday. Anyway, the next news story that I have before we go on to a couple of more of our features, Stan.
Yeah,
I want to know what you think of this, guys. So the Pope has apparently rejected a donation by a centre-right Argentinian president whose name is Mauricio Macri. That was pronounced spot on.
I was cracking.
Because he donated 16 million. Let me start again. 16 million 666,000 pesos, which is the equivalent of 1.2 million
telling us to go
the
away
Educational Foundation. Pesos, Jack. The Educational Foundation, because and they donated it to that, which is to do with the Pope, because he is a player in that or something. Player. Drop
You've researched
bombs.
this story really well.
Sorry?
You've researched it. It's something to do with some guy.
It's because
Pesos
he
and,
didn't
like, the
accept
Pope.
it because the number's got 666
Yes,
in it.
that was what I was...
Right, so you missed the key aspect of
That's
that.
what I was gonna get to.
That's the whole point of the story.
He rejected it. I hadn't finished actually. The number had 666 in it, and so the Pope rejected it, and he apparently wrote a letter back with no opening or greeting or ending even, and said, I don't like 666. And that was all the Pope wrote, which is the equivalent of a blunt text. I reckon,
That's like getting
from
okay full stop from your mum.
or someone reading your message. And critics of the president have said that the Pope rejected this sum because of, not because of the number, but because of the Argentinian president's disastrous regime, blah, 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 politics. But this is quite funny because it's not funny actually for me, but they have had a large number of austerity measures in Argentina, with loads of stuff being cut. But I was reading up on some of them. Since he came into power a few years ago, all their transport fares, as an average, have increased by 100%.
Oh dear.
And their home power, so like electricity and everything, has increased on average by 500%. So this man is just horrible. He just sounds like an awful human being. How is the president? I do not know. Right now, before we move on to to Daily Mail headline. Does anyone else have any more story to me, or should we move on?
Well, I have something that links into the Daily Mail.
Go on.
Right.
Yes, please do, yes.
Yeah, there's a website which I found a long time. I've been meaning to bring it up on the show for like most of term 3, to be honest. But it's a website which is.
You're bringing it up now.
Yeah.
Yay!
You're going to be so disappointed. The Daily Mail. It's the Daily Mail's list of things that. No, hold on, I've got that wrong. It's the list of things that the Daily Mail says cause cancer.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
and it is quite something. And I mean, I'm trying to open it.
So this is not Daily Mail. This is Daily Mail, then,
like
surely.
30
No, it's not
different
from the
things.
Daily Mail. It's like
it's
on
a
another
list of-
website.
yeah.
They put together.
They wouldn't
all
take the
of
mick out of themselves,
articles.
actually, would they?
No, but this list has got all sorts of sparrow sex. Sparrow sex causes cancer, apparently.
What, is
There's
in-
about 50, 60
What,
items
as in
on this
two
list.
sparrows or two?
Yes, but
Or
I don't even
having
know.
it with a
Don't
sparrow.
even know.
Babies cause cancer as well.
Yeah, all
Cheese,
sorts of things. When I get the
bacon,
list up finally,
balloons,
I will tell you all the things.
air.
Yeah, there's just some crazy things on there, and it's got
being
links
a-
to all the articles.
Being
as
a
well.
father as well was one.
Yeah, babies with big heads, tall babies.
Crazy.
And then they wrote a really serious article, as in they like discuss,
No.
like suggesting that they discovered this, that nuclear sites cause cancer, and this,
Well, yeah.
but they were writing it as though like nobody knew this before they.
New Daily Mail discovery.
Those plucky reporters at the Mail, and it's got the conspiracy of the century that
Yeah.
radiation has an effect.
There's some
Right.
fair ones on here, so like asbestos. I'll give you that. That might cause cancer every now and then.
Jack Abbey's endorsed that.
Yeah,
Not endorsed asbestos.
but I refuse to
Or
believe
part of
that.
his brutal takeover of the world.
But I mean, I refuse to believe that me eating a digestive is going to cause me cancer.
Ooh,
or
bread.
like, if I were to get breast implants, which I'm considering, then
Roz?
that would cause me cancer.
Oh, you haven't already?
Oh, that's a compliment.
Nice.
Chinese medicine, that can cause you cancer. Chilies, city living, climate change, Coca-Cola, cocaine, cod liver oil.
These are all in the C's, by the way. It's a very long list.
Oh, Henry, I've got a problem for you.
Crayons.
What?
Your constipation is going to cause you cancer, apparently.
Fair play, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Crayons, did you use them as a kid? They're going to cause you cancer. Egyptian.
Any more?
Yeah, I can list them off as long as you. I'm going to stop though. So.
Yeah.
Actually, my Mail headline fits in perfectly because it is about the Daily Mail.
Right, shall we move on then to Daily Mail headline of the week?
My name's Mariam Namazi and you're listening to Roar.
Jonathan.
Okay, so it's a combination of two
Right.
Mail headlines. First one: health chiefs tell us coffee could keep cancer at bay.
Health chiefs say coffee could help keep cancer a bit.
Yeah. And then the second headline is: very hot drinks probably cause cancer of the esophagus.
Probably.
World
Oh,
Health
my
Chiefs say. The same World Health Chiefs, I
Oh
think.
my
Brilliant.
goodness. So that complete contradiction.
Yep.
It's just not really shocking, is it? It's just classic Mail.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Good old Daily Mail.
But how can they? I don't get why that. All these
They're
rubbish
saying
stories
like
that come out.
it can keep it at bay for like the liver and womb cancer, but it might cause it
Esophageal
for
cancer.
esophagus.
It's a risk you're willing to
So
take.
Yeah.
you got to weigh up.
Which
the-
would you prefer?
Yeah,
It's
just
dreadful.
choose your poison,
So,
as we said before.
Yeah, fair enough. That ties in quite well. Jack, Daily Mail headline of the week.
I've gone for a slightly different take. I went on to the Daily Mail and I went on to like TV and showbiz, which is in itself the worst section of the worst.
Yeah,
paper.
it's pretty bad. Well, it's almost about as female, which is one
Oh
of
no,
their
yeah,
sections, isn't
female
it?
is really quite like awful as well. But this one is
Spelt how you think, by the way.
Yeah.
Female.
yeah, and this one is just crazy for its pointlessness. So, pregnant Emily Blunt highlights her baby bump in horizontal stripes as she spends a girls' day with sweet daughter Hazel. And the picture that goes with this entire article is based off one picture, which is Emily Blunt walking along with a small baby bump, her daughter, and just a jumper.
Striped jumper.
Yes,
Let's not forget that.
yeah, so a striped jumper, and this has caused an article. So yeah, that's what the Daily Mail does.
Someone got paid for that. That's the worrying thing. To look at a picture and describe it. Like, isn't that what they do in like at school? You have to.
I wouldn't know. And now, Stan, so I'll give a bit of context on mine.
Okay.
Do you know there's been a lot of stuff, BHS have been in the news a lot, and my headline is more about the situation rather than the actual headline itself. But their owner, Sir Phil Green, has he was in Parliament answering questions on why his organisation, went bust and why it was bad and whatever. And halfway through the interrogation, he said this.
Do you mind not looking at me like that all the time? It's really disturbing. Sorry? No, you just want to stare at me. It's just uncomfortable, that's all.
I wasn't quite just staring at you, but I don't wish to make you uncomfortable.
Sorry?
I don't wish to make you uncomfortable.
No, but I'm just saying. This is somebody else, but it's just uncomfortable sort of staring at me.
Just a bit uncomfortable, really. It was during the... It was during the questioning, and then he literally just stopped and turned. He just went, stop staring at me, please. And the headline read, Sir Philip Green accused MP Richard Fuller of staring in bizarre outburst. The billionaire claimed the Tory representative's look was disturbing. Odd exchange sparked a string of hilarious memes across social media. And that was actually the headline. That was incredible. And then the bit underneath it just says, businessman today faces angry MPs and inquiry over collapse of BHS. So, Stan, you're going to have a decision on your hands. Let's read them all out again so Stan can be reminded as to what was said. Johnny.
Health Chiefs tells us coffee could keep cancer at bay. Very hot drinks probably cause cancer of the esophagus, World Health Chiefs say.
Pregnant Emily Blunt highlights her baby bump in horizontal stripes as she spends a girls' day with sweet daughter Hazel.
Sir Philip Green accused MP Richard Fuller of staring in bizarre outburst. The billionaire claimed the Tories' representative's look was disturbing. Odd exchange sparked a string of hilarious memes across social media. Stan, what do we think?
So, staring outburst, baby bump, or contradictory medical advice. I'm going to go with the medical advice.
Medical advice. So, congratulations to Jonathan Mello. Oh, I'll give you a bigger, louder one than that. Well done. And for the first time, Johnny has won something.
I'd like to thank my parents. Brought me into this world.
Brilliant. You haven't got anyone else to thank. It's like,
there we go.
My friend. My parents again.
Never mind.
Brilliant. Right, congratulations, Johnny, on that.
Like also the Daily Mail for terrible news articles as well. I think they're often forgotten in this segment.
And by the way, the Daily Mail, just to give you a bit more news on it, it was in trouble this week because there was, the whole Owen Jones walking out of the Sky News interview. He apparently... because he was annoyed that it was they weren't saying that it was a homophobic attack. He was just saying it was a normal terrorist attack and that there was no mention of the fact that it was deliberately homophobic. Well, the Mail, straight after the incident, apparently, they deliberately didn't want to get in their headline that the victims were gay, and for some odd reason, and so their headline just read, "The Americans murdered by an ISIS fanatic as they partied." It's just, again, a lack of acknowledging that the people killed were gay. We're going to move on.
You can look at that both ways, though.
You can do, I suppose.
Which is the argument that they'd go for, like... But if it is specifically that group of people, like any other hate crime, I get why it's not really okay.
Fair enough. Jack, what do you think about it?
I thought Owen Jones was probably right to walk out.
We had this exact conversation yesterday.
It was a long one yesterday as well.
It was a long one.
No, but I mean, it was a long...
it was a great show, just really long.
It just didn't end.
Never ending. I think we're going to move on now to National Days of the Year, which I know Stanley Dodd loves a bit of.
I do.
And there are, unfortunately, only 2.
That's disappointing.
National Days of the Year.
Brilliant.
Today, which is the 15th of June, and apparently it is National Smile Power Day, which is reminding everyone of the power of smiling. So Stan, give us a cheeky grin. If you obviously it's a radio show, if you're on the webcam, you can see that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Help! I need water. And also, I completely forgot what I was saying.
What's the other day?
It's been a long night. So it was it's Smile Power Day, just the power of smiling, blah, blah. Oh, it can brighten up someone's day, it can save someone's life.
It actually makes you feel better.
All the
save someone's
usual
life.
rubbish. Apparently,
nonsense.
Apparently, it can help people if you smile.
I wouldn't recommend smiling.
If you're sad.
Yeah, because you're a sad old man.
Yeah.
100% of people who smile eventually die. So.
That's true.
National Photography Day is the next one. It is apparently the best day of the year to take photographs, and it's not National Selfie Day, but I assume selfies do count in that bracket of of photographs.
Yeah, they are.
What makes this the best day to take photos? I'm interested because
Why are you asking me that?
because that's nonsense. No, I'm having none of this. I'm
not
having
having
none
it.
of this.
Maybe it's just. Maybe it's just
You're
like a common day that people just.
Maybe there's just ridiculously good light.
I refuse to take
day.
photos on this day.
Yeah, every 15th of June is just a perfect day.
Yeah.
Apart from the rain this morning.
Yeah. And
Fair
that's
enough. And there's some more national days actually. They're not national days of the year, but they are what today's national month is. Because I don't think we've actually touched on it. So the month of June, what it is
right,
national. Well, sorry, what is your objection to that?
You were just like, oh,
What month
the
is
national month of the
Oh, look at me!
year. Yeah, it's like,
oh, look at me! I'm Jack Abbey.
I am.
Right. So the national month is there's a load of them, but I'll read a couple out that I think Stan and you all will enjoy. The first one is it is National Papaya Month.
Papaya.
You're a fan of papaya?
What is papaya?
That is a
Dream,
fruit.
how would you not know what papaya
I
is?
just don't have a clue.
It is a fruit,
it like
isn't
a
it?
curry?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay.
National Turkey Lovers Month. So if you love a bit of turkey, which you'd assume
Is that
would be
the country
December.
or the food?
It's probably the country actually, because you'd assume December, wouldn't you? Would be the thing. National Iced Tea Month.
Oh.
I love a bit of iced tea, but then I do have there are some contentions because I like the mango one.
Oh,
I know a lot of
mango.
people like lemon, and what's the other one? Peach is the very popular one.
Oh, I love
But
peach.
Roots Grocery Store, obviously other stores aren't available, but they sell
Can't be
the
seen to endorse
mango one.
any particular
No,
enterprise.
definitely not. And I'll read you out one more. It is National Adopt a Cat Month as well.
Adopt a cat. That's a good cause.
Have you adopted a cat?
No.
Like
enough.
this month.
I have an adopted cat. Just
I
throwing
want
that out
to.
there. Okay.
Why?
want to?
Why? Because I like cats. I want a cat.
See, I'm more of a dog person, I reckon.
We need a flat pet next year.
Why we're probably not allowed.
Yeah.
Get goldfish. You're surely allowed a goldfish.
Goldfish.
It's sort of a
Oh,
pet.
come on.
We could actually put Jack in a cage, and that would do everyone a favour. That'd be brilliant. Or, Stan, you can be our spaniel. Yeah.
I mean, that would be
Stan the
logic.
Spanial.
So,
Right, so Stan, I'll let you vote on quickly the national month.
national month.
So,
okay.
what is your favourite bit about June? Is it that it is Turkey Lovers Month, and that can either mean the meat or the country? National
Hey,
Iced
Turkey.
Tea Month, National Papaya Month, or National Adopt a Cat Month?
Adopt a cat.
I
definitely.
knew it. I knew it was going to be that one.
Yeah, I don't feel strongly about any of those foods.
I would
So,
agree. I would agree with that.
thank you.
Fair enough.
Congratulations.
And National Days. You had National Smile Power Day
Yeah.
or National Photography Day.
That's tricky because I am fond of both of those things, but I suppose smart
What's it
power.
going to be? 5.
Smart power, I think it resonates with me more because I believe in that more than I do believe in photography. Doesn't exist, guys. Doesn't exist. Yeah, so smart power.
Conspiracy. Kodak and the other camera
Just doesn't
companies.
exist.
Whenever people take photos, then they're not taking photos. They're just like getting images that have been painted.
This coming from a guy who's on the exec of Warwick TV.
Well,
Doesn't believe the photographs are real.
He's infiltrating from within. Clearly.
I'm working my way through the system, and now I'm going to be able to reveal the secrets as soon as I find them.
Right, I think we'll move on now to Rambler of the Week.
My name's Sophie Walker, and you're listening to Raw.
That didn't go amazingly well.
No.
Right, so, Jack, you wanted to get this in earlier. Who is your Rambler of the Week?
You could disqualify me for this, but my Rambler of the Week is Britain First. It's an organisation. I think that counts. That'll be fine. And they've recently been putting out a lot of pictures on their Twitter, like, oh, what would Churchill make of the EU, and like, oh, what would blah 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 make of the EU, or rubbish like that. And this week or yesterday, they put out a picture of some seemingly British fighter pilots in front of like a Spitfire, and they were like, oh, these men fought for a free Britain. They didn't fight for a Britain that was part of a European empire or whatever. And they were like, vote leave on 23rd of June. And then it turns out that these fighter pilots were part of like the Czech 301st Fighter Division, who fought for Britain during the Second World War.
Absolute classic.
Yeah.
Oh,
That organisation does scare me.
I don't know. I sort of find it a little bit funny because there's the guy, you know what's that
Just a
leader
bit of
called?
banter, really.
The leader, Paul Golding.
Yeah, Paul Golding. He was like, oh, we've got they basically just ignored the fact that the London campaign even happened. So they've sort of like overridden that, like they've made that like.
Did you hear though that they sent an email out a couple of days before the end of the campaign and said that their email was like, "Help! We haven't got enough donations. We're not going to get any votes," which was quite good. And they were going to pull out at one point because they weren't getting any votes at all. But I think they got 1% in the end, which is scary.
It's scary, but at least it's not like coming third, which they wanted. But yeah, Paul Golding like ignored the fact that the London campaign failed and ignored the fact that it ever even happened, and then announced that Britain First had a battle plan for the EU referendum.
Lose.
Basically. And they were like, he was using like really military language, like, we're going to fight these Remainers or whatever they call them. And they were like, and our battle plan is this: we're going to spend £4,000 on leaflets. It's like, great, brilliant.
£4,000.
£4,000.
They're basically going to win the referendum. That means.
Oh yeah, that maybe gives you about 10,000.
I mean,
leaflets.
a leaflet always sways me when I've made a decision.
Yeah. And they're going to have a few rallies as well, so that might be fun to attend.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
fair enough.
Yeah.
Johnny, who is your rambler of the week?
The Turkish President Erdogan.
Right,
an attempt there.
Yeah, we appreciate the attempt.
Thank you. He called women who work half persons.
Oh wow.
That's
so yeah. That's
it's the president of Turkey.
Yeah, he speaks for itself.
He said something else like a few weeks ago, didn't he? As well, that like something else that was just.
This is in the back of Turkey's human rights issues. Kind of coming out and saying that. Also, if they're working there, denying their femininity, and he thought birth control was akin to treason.
Oh,
so
brilliant!
Nice
guy.
This is a country that wants to join the EU. They're going to.
I'm saying that this will be a thing that the Leave campaign do use now.
Probably, yeah.
Although the ironic thing is, a lot of them probably have the same views.
No, they might be like, actually, I was going to vote Leave, but at least some people in Europe agree with me.
Yeah, exactly. They're now campaigning for a Remain.
It'll be fine.
Right, so Stan, you've got those two so far, and I'm going to be cheeky as well. And I'm going to use an organisation like Jack did.
And I'm not sure that's allowed.
Sorry.
2 in 1 show.
Sorry. This is leave.eu. And
oh no!
One sec.
What are you doing?
My life's falling apart.
Are you getting a prop out or something?
No,
He doesn't work
here
on
for all your radio listeners.
No, I thought he had like a wedgie or something. He was trying to sort it out.
No, but. Oh, I do have another good one, actually. No,
I do have a wedgie, actually.
I've just come out of a good one. Right, so it was originally going to be leave.eu, who sent a tweet out saying it was quite offensive. The free move... That wasn't the tweet.
Okay.
The tweet said... Europe has caused the free movement of Kalashnikovs around Britain. Vote Leave, and then it said, otherwise you'll see an Orlando-style terror attack here, which was obviously hours after the Orlando incident, which was a bit of a contentious issue, to be honest. But my actual rambler of the week, I've just remembered, is Joachim Löw, who is, for those of you who don't know, he's the coach of the German football team.
I'm pretty sure it's Joachim Löw.
Right.
What are you trying to do? The research team at Unstructured Ramblings.
Just Jack, just constantly talking absolute... just rubbish. Go home. Right, sorry. So he essentially was in the camera eye. They were filming him during the Germany match. And he, I don't know how to. It's sort of like what Josh Gray used to do on his show, "Don't Be Dirty."
Yeah,
it's like he inserted his hand into his pants,
but he did like front and back.
Well, So the first bit, he inserted his hand into the front of his pants and had a mooch around, and then brought his hand back up and put it near his nose for smelling purposes.
Yeah, he sat down
during the match, and the camera happened to be filming on him. And then 2 minutes later, they caught him again. He was on his own on the bench. He looked around to see if anyone was looking. He leant forward and put his whole hand back, and it must have been at his rear end for about a good 40 seconds and then brought it back up again and put it again.
The first one was so good, he went back for more.
Can we just appreciate Stanley just looks absolutely disgusted right now. And Jack, I'm not actually happy that you corrected me on how to say the manager's name.
If it's beyond you, leave the chamber, get out, we'll manage without you.
I'm sorry I undermined you.
You want to insult me again?
Righteous authority.
Human decisions.
Don't insult me. You know what I'm capable of. Right, so Stan, tell us what you think should be, or what organisation
You're struggling here.
should be Rambler of the Week. Right. So we have Britain first. The president of Turkey, that I've forgotten his name.
Me too.
And did you say, actually, I have something to say. Do you see how Jack took the mickey at me for saying the name wrong?
No,
there's a footballer called
I'm right. I'm right.
Yeah, fine. You're right on this one occasion, but there is a footballer called Gundogan. His name is Gundogan.
No, it's not Gundogan.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Let me just speak. His name is Gundogan. He's a midfielder, and Jack calls him Gundungan.
He is. That's how it's spelled.
Gundungan.
Oh no, hold on. I'm going to look up his name just for a second.
Right.
So yeah, and
his name is Gundogan, not Gundungan. But right,
Sounds like a caveman's name.
It does actually.
It's spelled Gundogan.
Oh my God's sake. It's Gundogan.
Okay.
Right. So,
Gundogan.
Stan, who is your Rambler of the Week? Is it? How do you say it, Jack?
Erdogan.
No, the German manager.
Oh, Joachim Low or Jurgi Low, as he's like.
Joachim Low.
No,
that was wrong, wasn't it?
Low. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Low.
What's his name? Sorry,
Jurgi Low. Like
Jurgi. What was his actual name though? Not
Joachim Low. Joachim Low.
Is it Joachim?
Let's go Joachim.
Is it Joachim Low, brackets the German manager? Is it Britain first, or is it the Turkish president, who we're not even going to try and pronounce? Stan, who's the Rambler of the Week?
It's a tricky one, but I think I'll go with Joachim.
Oh, we knew it was going to happen. Let's be honest.
Oh, that makes me so disappointed.
Jack,
another week without a victory.
Another week where Jack Abbey has fallen at the first hurdle. It's not a very successful campaign for you, is it, Jack?
Not at all. I think I'll pull out. I'm going to resign.
Oh, yay!
Yes! 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 Yes!
But that is all we have time for on the show this week, unfortunately. Thank you for tuning in, and even more of a thank you for staying with us if you were tuning in and have just wasted a complete hour of your life. But nonetheless, thank you for tuning in. Big thank you as well to Jonathan Mellor. Thanks for joining us, Johnny. Big thank you to Jack Abbey.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So moody. Big thank you to Stanley Dodds.
Always a pleasure.
And we miss you, Connor Hand. Just so you know, we just come back on the show.
We noticed.
Where have you been? You haven't got a girlfriend. You haven't got Jack's excuse, even though we hate him. But there we go. Right, so that is the end of the show this week. If you get in touch in the week, if you've found any stories that we missed, by tweeting us at Raw Ramblings or at Raw 12:51 AM. Yes, we have it a few times, but that is about it. So we will see you next week, the same time, 3 to 4. Not tomorrow, Friday. Listen in to Raw News Insight.
Yeah,
I think.
you got
I got the right one.
Nice.
And what time is that?
9 a.m. 9 a.m.
So don't tune in.
Will Henry be on?
No, I'll be on.
Okay.
I'll be on Raw News, and so we'll be discussing the e-referendum, won't we, Jack?
On campus, yeah.
And then so the last Unstructured Ramblings will be a week today.
Is that the last one?
No, it won't be actually.
No.
Talking rubbish. But Perspectives is on as well next week, Tuesday 3 to 4. That's all we got time for. Thanks again. Here is Glass Animals with Life Itself.